Honorable, the teacher of Vocational 9 High School, and to the honorable judges and all the audience who came here today. That's all thanks to our God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Because of Him, we can gather this special occasion in happy and healthy condition. So, especially on Heroes Day, our beloved country Indonesia, I would like to present to you Raden Dewi Sartika, one of the most meritorious female hero in Indonesian history. Back in the day, when Indonesia was in colonial era, it was such a hard time to be a woman at that time. Since women were trained to be housewives and were not allowed to go to school, only men and people with courage are allowed to go to school. So the story began at 18 August 1884, the day when Dewi Sartika was born. She was born in an educational family because her mother was a teacher and her father has a good figure in educational world of Indonesia. When she was little, I believe it was 5 to 6 years old, she liked to play some sort of role play with her friend and she was the teacher of it. So we can probably see that she is really interested to be an educator when she was little. Then she started to grow up and she's 15 at the time. She was noticed something odd. She noticed that woman was so mistreated at that time. She asked her mother, "Mom, why does women in Indonesia are so mistreated? Is there something wrong?" she said. Then her mother replies, "Well, that's how life goes. Women's only role is in the kitchen and taking care of their children. Yeah, I know, it's so pathetic." She was shocked listening to her mother saying like that. Then he noticed something, that she needs to do something with that. She cannot live, and she cannot live woman like this in Indonesia. Then she was becoming 20. I believe it was 1903. She asked a permission to her grandfather and Den Hammer. Both of them are a chief minister in Indonesia at that time. She decided to build a school for women. She asked for permission to her grandfather. Sorry, may I build a school for women only? Because all the women in Indonesia are so pathetic. I just want to educate them and I want them to be smart. Then at first, she actually doesn't have any permission to do that because as we know, Indonesia at that time is a patriarchal country and women are so below than men. And she made a decision and she told her grandfather like, "I have a big motivation to making a new school here. Please let me have my permission to build a school." Then after a lot of consideration, her grandfather finally accepted. Then she finally built her first school in Cikuriang Street called Sakolati Street. It was built on January 16, 1904. Years by years, her student is getting a lot, and it means that it wasn't enough for only one school. Then she decided to build another school around West Java. Then she changed her school into Sekolah of Raden Dewi or School of Raden Dewi. Years by years, day by day, she was teaching from town to town. She noticed that her health went down. She felt sick, fever, and cold all the time. And it's time that I think she couldn't make it anymore. Then she have a message. She leave a message to her son. "My dear son, my dream since I was little was come true. I made a school for women. I teach a lot of women about life. I teach women to write, read, and train a lot of basic skills such as gluing, sewing, and etc. It was a happy moment for me, and I think it's your time to continue my dream. And I want you to please taking care of my school and educate more women out there." That's her last word, and unfortunately, Dewi Sartika was passed away at 11 September 1847, post-Independence Day. So after her death, 19 years after her death, she finally got the degree as a hero, as a national hero, the first women's educator in Indonesia. So, all the story about Dewi Sartika. What do you guys think about Dewi Sartika? Do
Great
you have any
women.
opinion?
Powerful.
Yeah, yeah. My personal opinion, she is an amazing woman. She can make a bold move in a colonial country at that time. It's not all women can do that. And also, the moral of the story is never give up on your dreams. If we have a big dream, we need to chase it and we need to get a lot of effort in it. If we don't have any effort in it, then it's just a word. And also, being a woman, it's not a shame. We can do anything we want. Like, we can be a lawyer, a doctor, a teacher, a chef, and many more. Because women are not only belongs to the kitchen and taking care of their children, because we can be educated also. So I think that's all for my speech. Thank you so much for your attention. I'm sorry for all the mistakes that I just made. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.